Marshall PC Wabash. I'm back again. Alright, I just stripped these wires with my Klein strippers. They're money. And these are the trailer brakes. So I got to figure out which adapters I'm going to use here. Should be able to use the blue ones because it's a couple wires going in them. Alright, so we are ready to put the new brakes back on. Move the new wires out the way. I just had to get off of it and make sure everything was going to go on these new nuts because they got a little bit of paint on them. So we should be in good shape now. Little tight squeeze in here, but anyways, it's okay. There we go. Got that one on. Put this top one. That's not the right one. Use this one. There we go. And number 4. It's right behind the leaf spring. Kind of hard to get to. There we go. Da -da -da -da. All right. Let's go ahead and give them a little snug. So I ain't got to worry about them sitting there doing what they're doing. Flopping around. Come back. Inside this axle, there's also a couple little ears that ride right up in the inner circle of the brake drum. My helper, she's over there belly up laying in the sun. Okay. I ain't got them tightened down all the way yet, but that's not important at this point. Alright, so we got the brakes. And they are both green. So it says it don't really matter which one they go on. And then my wire coming through the trailer axle is black and white, and the wires going to the brake is black and white. So this is the old fitting. Green wire coming out the brakes, and then black and black, and green wire coming out the brakes and black and white. So put it back together the way you found it. What I'm getting ready to do right now, I got some shrink tubing at the auto parts store the other day. So I'll find what fits over this and measure my fitting here. That looks about right, so we're going to give it a little bit on each side. Put a little shrink wrap tubing over everything after I get it all cramped down. Now, these are my Klein wire strippers, but they don't have crimpers. These are just straight up strippers. So, go back to old standby Craftsman before they got took over. That's another story in itself. Alright, so we're here. We are under here. We got a couple wire fittings. I'm going to use blue ones. That's what come off of it. So we're going here. Then we're going to hook up Mr. Green and Black. Now we're going to go over here and hook up black and black on this side. Let me get a little more stripped off of that one. It's a little short. I'm short myself. That looks better. I'm giving me about a ½ inch to play with. Alright. And the other two are good. Alright, so we're going to go black and black. Make sure everything is good. Get them crossed over at the base. And do a little twisty, so they get a good twist on them. Twist them, the loose ends, because it's all frayed wire. Cross them at the bottom, and then you just twist them puppies on there. Well, look at me. I cut my stuff here. Then the bar is slipping on. But like I said, I'm no professional. I'm just me. I'm a shade tree. And that should work like that. I don't normally use shrink tube. I'm trying to figure out this combination. Ha! But anyways, that's okay. I'm trying to do it a little better than normal because it exposed to water. So I gotta put the shrink tube over it. Got a little bit too much. So, got my shrink tube in place. Twist in there. That looks good. Maybe I can get you up here. Right there. It's all, that one's connected. Now I'm going to connect this other one. Now this is my black and white ones. Try not to forget the shrink tube this time, like a goober. That's okay. Easy. I'm gonna slide shrink tube over this. Slips on. Always goes smooth the second time when you don't know exactly how to apply something, because you just did it. So you learned on the first one. And you know, when you got a pop-up camper, or anything for that matter, as far as these RVs go, how long you want to wait at a service department for them to just do what I did? Twist 2 wires together for your brakes. You want to wait there hours and get charged buku bucks? That's on you, but PC don't like to play that game. If he can do it himself, he's gonna do it himself. Because I used to do maintenance back in the day before I went into my career move, you know, so I mean, it's just a matter of twisting wires and putting a couple little caps on and shrink wrap. It's not a whole lot to it. Now I'm crimping the fitting on that one. Got a nice hard crimp on it, so. And then I'm gonna put this other one on my white and black wire. Make sure everybody's got same. Screw something else up. There we go. Yeah, all my wires matching up. So I twist this little connector on here. It's not a twisty connector, it's a splicer, splice connector. Hit it with my crimpers and crimp it down pretty hard, because I don't want nothing to come out. And that looks good. Now, we got a little bit of time left on the clock, I guess. So now we're coming in from the other side with the 2 green wires off the brake. We have the lights hooked up and the power hooked up. Now we're going to send some power to the brakes and get that puppy shoved down in there. And crimp it down. These, get down in there as far as I can, hold it while you're crimping. You don't want to slack out before you crimp it, or else your crimp is not going to hold. And we don't want our crimp not holding. That would not be a good thing. So twist that, get it down in there, shove it in. I like to shove it in so hard that it makes a connection, hopefully, with the other side to help, you know, kind of mesh, if you can get them to mesh together. Get the wire from the one side to mesh in with the other side and push down there tight and crimp it down. And there we go. Now we got our wires all connected, so we're going to slide this heat shrink right there and slide this other one over top of that. Maybe. What's going on here? There we go. There's a burr. Alright, so now we got the 2 shrink heat wraps on there. We got this brake assembled. So I'm gonna melt them or shrink them up. Then we're gonna start repacking burners. So let me take care of this. I'll be back with you in a minute for part 3. Alright, Marshall PC Wabash out.